Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. What's good, everybody? How's everything? I guess today, we want to talk about. I want to wait for my partner, Jamel, to get in here. As soon as he jump in, I guess we can talk about it. We probably gonna talk about perception of reality. You know what I mean? Like what is basically our perception of reality, and the multiple different ways you can perceive, or that people perceive reality to be. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's pretty much, I guess, what me and Jamel gonna talk about. You know what I mean, from the begin with. I'm really kind of trying to wait. Hey, hit that like button for me too. If you're in there and hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. But Isabella, her, she, her, Bloody Walkway, peace. Big Tank, Janae Fairweather, peace, peace. Jeannie Loftbridge, Jeff Everett, peace. Somebody trying to get in there. I'm gonna decline it. Raquel Fonseca, I don't know you, baby. But yeah, before we get, yo, peace, peace, peace. What's good? What's good? That's Fire. Fire, that's you. Yeah. What's going on? Yeah, I'm waiting on Jamel to dial in, but okay. We in here. You know what I mean? Nothing, man. Just gonna get a little talk going on about probably a couple different things, but I guess the main thing is that I wanted to bring up was perception, reality perception, how we perceive reality, like, you know what I mean? Because everybody don't have the same perception of reality, or what good looking. Everybody hit that like button for me, y'all. Oh yeah, you got something for me? That's what's up. Hit that like button for me, y'all. But everybody perception ain't the same. Everybody don't look at things the same way. You know what I mean? That don't mean that one thing, is not reality and the other's not reality. There's multiple different realities if you really want to be truthful about it. But and you can hit that like button a lot of times. You can hit that joint. You can go crazy on that joint. You can hit that joint like hit it. You can hit it. But reality perception. Okay, let's say it goes like this. The way different groups of people perceive other groups of people. Looking at them from the other way, from the other side of the street or whatever. You know what I'm saying? What they perceive to be reality is a reality. That don't mean that it is the reality, the real authentic reality and truth, but it is a reality because it's a reality based on their perception. You know what I'm saying? And you know how like when you speak deeply on certain things, like this thing too loud. Yeah, yeah. But you know, when people, I lost my train short messing with that phone. But how we look at things, you know, how we look at other groups of people, how we look at how we treat people and how we being treated, you know, how we everything, anything that's done by way of the perception, you know what I'm saying, can be misconstrued. You know what I mean? Or you could be mistaken. You know what I mean? Like, you know, a lot of times people think the wrong things about people. Thank you. Connor, Uriel, hell, peace. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? You know, we could be misinterpreted. You know, we could say something, or we could maybe even do something, and a person looking at us doing what we doing or saying what we saying will perceive what we meant or what we intended based on what they think they see or what they think they hear. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the reason why I want to talk about perception is not just to talk about the differences in perceptions and stuff like that. Is really to touch on this is the reasons why a lot of problems in the world going on is due to perception. You know what I mean? How we perceive each other. You know what I mean? Whether it's how Americans perceive, people on the North American continent may perceive people on the African continent. You know, um, just along those lines. You know what I'm saying? You know, so-called Jews and Palestinians, so-called white people and so-called black people. You know, Muslims and Christians. You know what I mean? You know, all of these different setups and all these different ways of thinking and perceptions. All of these ways of thinking have a perception behind it. Yo, bro, what's going on, champ? How you? What's the deal? What's the deal? Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you jumping on too, man. Hit that like button for me, man. I appreciate that. You know, you got me looking all freshed up. So that's why I had to get ready for the live. That's why I had to come around there and see you, get that cut. You know what I mean? But you know, people, you know, perception. It plays. It plays. You know, everything into, you know, how we deal with people. You know what I mean? How we look at them. You know, if you don't respect a person, you know, you ain't gonna show them no love, well, and you ain't gonna have no respect for them. You just gonna treat them in a good looking. You just gonna treat them in a way that they probably don't want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? But with the perception thing, like, you know, you gotta love yourself and you gotta respect yourself. You know, that's where it starts, because that causes you to respect and love others. You know what I'm saying? But you know, doing away with the negative perceptions of people is probably the first thing that we got to deal with as people. You know, to get to a better state of being. You know, amongst the people who are with each other. You know what I'm saying? All of the warring and the conflict doctrines, the conflict mentality that we got to just go against each other for learned things. You know, we go against a lot of stuff in life. You know what I mean? Just based on what our parents, you know, like what our parents and grandparents taught us, and they were correct about a lot of things. They were correct about you know, even certain things is according to like the certain time that they existed in, and they still exist today. Some of that, a lot of that stuff, but we carry the perception of our parents and stuff like that, without really understanding that we can change some things. We can change some things, whether it be the colorism thing, like being on color, the color scheme of things, and all of that different stuff. We can change it. We can, you know what I'm saying? Because I done went up and down with that in that realm, you know. Because my parents didn't raise me to be against nobody, due to their race, or well, especially race. We ain't gonna talk about religion, but you know what I mean. But then as I got older and I developed my own way of thinking, and I lived a certain amount of life, I started seeing stuff for my own self. Nobody had to tell me, but then I had to, being as though I want to vibe, I always wanted to vibrate on a high level, and I didn't want to be in a low mental state. That's when I became like, got real heavy into religion, and just trying to better myself using like religion, what I'm saying, for a lot of years of my life. But even now, whereas though, like, I'm still, I still have the same core beliefs, but I go after higher knowledge. You know what I mean? I go after what I perceive to be more important things than just following a robotic religious doctrine without even questioning it. You know what I mean? And my perception of other religions, other people of other religions, my perception was not correct for a lot of years. But that's just another example of how having the wrong perception about things can put you in a bad state. It can have you on a low vibration, have you vibrating low. You know what I mean? And just thinking the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like what I was talking about last time, vibing high, staying on a high vibration, you do that by, what I'm saying, having good thoughts about yourself and having good thoughts about other people. You know what I mean? Just because somebody going to church and you worship and you pray in the masjid does not mean that them people in that church is not good people, or and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So we taught to believe, that what's going on in that place with them is something, is not a good thing, or they're doing evil and all this different stuff. And we haven't even been in it to know for a fact what's going on in it. We just make a guess, take a guess. Even just a regular everyday average man, everyday average woman, it always will guess about a person's situation based on what they see, and that ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? That's really not, that ain't cool. You know what I mean? But you know, on the road to redemption, hey, a lot of us need to be trying to redeem themselves. Myself included. Like, I'm not. No, this is one of the reasons why I speak up about a lot of things. And I try to, like, inform people of some new or different things that they could be thinking about that may help them, or that may help them.
Yo, peace, peace.
Peace, peace, peace. I sent the joint. I didn't know what was happening, so I just went to start talking. But
I don't.
um,
Funny thing is, I don't have my notifications on for TikTok because that thing will be
oh,
pinging all day.
oh, damn. Yeah, I sent you. I don't know. I think I text you too. I text you. I Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what. I know. I sent you out a what you call a link to it though. But
Yeah.
yeah. I just started, you know, talking about perception of reality thing.
What's the
Just
numbers looking like,
freestyle.
man?
Huh?
I said, what the numbers looking like?
I mean, we
Got a
got
lot of
one. So
people.
you the only one in. I mean, a couple people went in and out. got a few likes,
Okay.
but yeah, you know how I go. But you know what I'm saying. But yeah, reality perception. I was even thinking about. I was really having when I saw one of your videos that you put up, right, and it made me think about the perception thing. Actually, I always think about that anyway. But you know how like people perceive certain stuff to be a certain way, and I was like thinking, Dad, I got a friend, a friend of mine that, let's say, and I said to myself, a who has a Hebrew Israelite origin,
Yeah.
right? And and hey, what's happening? What's happening? He has a Hebrew Israelite origin, and he's spending his time and his energy defending the Palestinians. Now hold up. Now just check this out. This goes to show you when a person has a pure heart, they don't see like, oh, that's them and it's us. They see wrong and they see right the right way.
Hmm.
You know you understand what I'm saying? Whereas though you know what I mean, doing what you
Yeah.
doing based on a high level morality, as opposed to just saying, oh well, them people, they Muslim people, Arab people, whatever, I don't know, whatever they want to be described as, but what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And that's a heck of a perception to have in this reality, to perceive people as just people and defend the people that need to be defended and just live like that.
So, what you meant by he was defending Palestine? You looking at that as in a negative way or
No, no, no. I'm looking at it as a
positive?
positive way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
positive. That's a 100% positive. That's what, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about you actually. Yeah,
Oh
you know what
yeah,
I'm
I've
saying.
been defending them since.
Yeah, I'm
Man,
talking
I've
about
been defending
you.
them since the
Yeah,
seventh.
you missed it. I'm talking about you, literally. But yeah, I'm talking about you. So but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, this is somebody who got high, who on high knowledge, right? But got enough sense to
Yeah.
know right from wrong, and
Right.
who is come from a Hebrew Israelite origin, right? But
I think people get it misconceived. Like we don't think those are the people of the book though that are calling
you know,
themselves that.
yeah, I know
That's
that.
the
Yeah,
other part of it. Like so, I personally think there are a lot of brothers and sisters in Palestine. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? I don't look at it like we left totally out of that land, maybe
yeah.
mentally, but
No,
not
it's people.
physically.
You gotta go in the back streets. You go in the back streets and you start seeing them, them darker skinned Palestinians, but they hide them people. That's just like you go to Brazil, you go to any place, if when you think about an American, they don't think about me and you. They think about the other people.
Europeans, yeah,
Yeah, they think about
yeah,
them people. So but when in fact the true you know what I mean, American is a copper tone one. It's somebody with copper tone. Copper
yeah,
tone.
yeah,
It is what it is, right? But
yeah. That's true.
you know what I mean?
It's funny you was bringing up perception, man. I was like, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, reality is different for everybody. Reality
Right.
is different between our what we go through versus what the European Albion's Esau goes through. Like
Hmm.
when he's walking through the store, that the thought of somebody following him, the thought of them thinking that he's gonna steal something doesn't even come up in their mind. Police driving next to them or pulling up behind them and accusing them of something they're not doing is not even coming up in their mind. So that just shows that we live in total different realities, right? It's total different perceptions of reality, and that's why I say like these you can't tell me what we're fighting for is incorrect because you're not living in that same reality, you
Right.
know.
I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you on it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, I'm gonna say like you know, we live in a multi reality. We live in a multi dimensional reality.
that's
All
true.
all at the same time. You got multiple different realities going on simultaneously, at the same time, at the same place.
Yeah.
So,
The Bible talks
uh,
about that. The Most High created many worlds. You know,
right,
worlds is just talking about perceptions, different places where, different, basically what we've been talking about, realities.
right.
You know, like I just saw too that the United States was convicted of genocide of black and brown people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Like, those are the type of things that most people don't even know. It's not even in their reality. It's not even in their peer view. You
right.
know.
That's because it's meant, everything, like a lot of stuff, even with a lot of stuff that's set up in this reality is set up to keep the people asleep. Just like signs and symbols. Most
Mm-hmm.
people don't have any knowledge of signs and symbols, and
Mm-hmm.
it's an old saying in the so-called conscious community that signs are for the conscious mind. So, like,
Mm.
meaning to see them, signs is for the conscious mind. Signs ain't going to mean nothing to somebody who's living in a sleep state. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So,
Or
like, when you
they may look at it negatively based off of what they had saw, based off of whatever information they got that interpreted it for them. Right.
even when you get and you okay, listen, we done talked about a couple different things, in the past couple videos that we done had. Okay, even this, like a lot of people, how, like, when I was coming up, and they be talking about the people, you read or you hear stuff talking about the mark of the beast and 666 and all that. But guess what? I never knew that really the 666 thing has a meaning.
Mm. Yeah.
The protons, the electrons, and the neutrons and all that, right? 666. That's actually man.
Right. Right.
Man's, so if man, if the 666 is man, and man meaning the original man or the true man is the mark of the beast. Wow. You see, what would that? But if you program to be like scared of that, and your perception is twisted, you won't even want to engage in anything related to that.
That's kind of funny you say that because I was thinking about that. I was watching a Ben Shapiro talking to another. I guess he was an Oxford graduate, and
Right.
that guy was an atheist. And Ben Shapiro, he's a Khazar. So they were talking about free will, and I was like, there is free will. You can choose to operate in your higher chakras or your lower chakras. And your lower
Right.
chakras, you just operating in the flesh. You're hungry, you're lustful, you're envious, and those type of things. You choose to be in those type of frequencies. You can
Right.
also choose to be in the higher type of frequencies. That is what free will is talking about. And I've been looking, I'm like, yo, a lot of these people don't really even understand the spiritual aspect of these type of conversations with the nuance of it, you know?
Mm.
And I think that's part of perception, you know? They think all that scientific the spiritual world and all that stuff is like woo woo, fake stuff, but it's like if you really get into it, it's like Wi-Fi is real. Uh,
Right.
phone and stuff is real. You don't see that stuff flying through the air, but your phone work. Your TV work. You
Well,
know.
well, it all depends on what time you talking about, or dimension. Me, because if you go back 150 years, if you go back 200 years, and you start talking about Wi-Fi, if you even start talking about that, it's you got mechanisms where so we can see each other and talk through them, or even talk on the phone. 200, 250 years ago, 300 years ago, people would be like, it's witchcraft. You
Yeah.
understand? Yeah, it's witchcraft, right? So,
Yeah.
but if you go back 300 years, with there it was a thin line between magic and science.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Alchemy and all that. Yep.
right. But so how dumb? Imagine how dumb, how much you could dumb down the people by uh putting blocks in front of everything.
Mm.
Everything, all the knowledge you make religion. You take everything out of religion that really connects people to the Most High Creator, and you make them scared of it, or you call it mysticism or magic or some type of stuff. And these are a lot of these things is are the things that can really directly connect you to the Creator, but for lack of knowledge, you know what I mean? People,
Mm.
well, not lack of knowledge. People been programmed, and they got a perception, and we have perceptions based on this stuff.
But that comes with lack of knowledge as well. You could get programmed because you lack the knowledge to see through the programming that is coming at you, right? Like, you
Mhm.
know, they put the movie, like they got this new movie out called um the Left Behind in the World, or Leave the World Behind, or something like that.
Mhm.
And they got symbolisms and things in there, and they know people are aware of the world in chaos. They are aware of, the Israeli, China, and Russia debacle. So then they was put things in there like the Tesla's crashing in using autonomy, right?
Right,
Tesla's crashing. Then the two of the kids got Obey, and then the other kid has a NASA shirt, right? So they're
right,
putting those subliminal messages right there in
yeah,
your face. And if
right,
you are wise enough to see it, you can see the programming right there, you know?
right. Yeah, and I mean, look, and they do it. They do it to us from a very early age. So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But this why, like, I don't believe it. I know it. I know that the unlearning, the unlearning is going to be just as difficult as the learning, because a lot of stuff, you know what I mean. They got this program thinking, and by them by them rewriting history and rewriting and reconstructing a lot of history and a lot of spirituality and religion and stuff like that, people got the wrong perception. So like you got to unlearn. We got to unlearn. They got us thinking that the further you go back in the past, man becomes more primitive, where in fact man gets more advanced. We are actually living in a post-apocalyptic. Not, apocalypse don't really mean what people think it mean, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
you
revealing
know
it.
what I mean. We living in a world that's post, like, uh something bad happened, meaning, like, the world was destroyed, like with these earthquakes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so we actually living in a primitive state now compared to where we was at maybe 500-600 years ago.
Absolutely.
'Cause,
Absolutely.
yeah, the past is closer. The true past in reality is closer than what a lot of people think. You just
Yeah,
think
I mean, that it's just crazy how it it's coming back to us slowly, and we're seeing, hey, like some of this don't make sense. What Putin is putting out compared to the American history, the United States history, doesn't make sense. It's like, the stuff China is doing. Like I was like, the other day, well, today, I was thinking, man, they say China's running the country, da 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 da. I'm like, how if they are in debt too with Evergrande, right? They're in major debt. They built cities, ghost cities. Like
yeah.
they had to figure a way to keep bringing money in, right? And that's where the perception comes in. They keep pushing. This is the boogeyman. This is the boogeyman. So that
Mhm.
eventually we would want to fight them and go into a physical war instead of it being a mental war, which it is now. It's
But
a
the deeper
battle
the
of
deeper you go into
information.
stuff, the more
You
you
know,
realize that they all the way up top. The people are the people up top, meaning the people that are running the systems. They all together. Even when it's some. I'm gonna call it a theory, right? You got theories that even, let's say, the people who call themselves Jews, right?
switched
Mm.
identities with a group of people. I mean, you had groups of Germans that switched identities with those people, and this is another way for them to
Yeah.
escape and then establish. So this is a whole theory in the world, right? Okay, that them people that's occupying Palestine are really German. They Nazis. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
they Nazis. They
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
switch. Are they
Yeah.
acting? Do they engage in Nazi-like behavior? I'm just saying. You
Absolutely.
see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So so imagine if you
Even they
got,
say it.
huh?
Even they say it. They're behaving as Nazis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, come on,
And
man.
not only
And
that, you know, the
no, I was gonna say during World War II, you had North Africans that were um Palestinians, all what I mean, was taking care of people and defending them and protecting them from the Germans. Literally,
mm,
Muslim people, right?
yeah,
Arab people,
yeah,
and
the check.
these right was protecting these people. So, like, I'm just saying, the rabbit hole is deep on a lot of different levels. But if you control both sides, you get into all of that, like controlling both sides and controlling the chaos and causing conflict, and then using the media as a weapon. Weaponizing the media. Even if you want to talk about um what Hitler and the Nazi Party and all that stuff was on and stuff like that, and then you'd be like, well, if you had good people in Germany, how could they let stuff like that happen? Well, one of the ways is through propaganda and through
Yeah,
media. So
yeah.
it's a lot of through brainwashing, all that kind of stuff, man. So
I don't think people truly understood what the goal was of the Nazis. You know, we're getting distorted historical information about what their true goal was. Like they have
yeah.
videos on BitChute and BitChute, where it's talking about what Hitler's speeches were. They got his speeches translated. And, people were like, "Yo, how do you know that what's translated is real?" It's like,
Hmm.
sometimes you just gotta have faith, man. That's where faith comes in sometimes. And I do like this, man. I take in information. That don't mean I believe it or it's true or whatever. It's just information. Eventually, it will be debunked or it'll be confirmed.
Look, I've seen stuff on you know Hitler uh referring to the American blacks as the Jews of God.
Yeah, I
And
got that book, but it's not in the book. I don't know if they
well,
retranslated it and took it out or whatever.
right, that's why it's like all the theory. And then you got other theories, meaning that you had multiple Hitlers. Like you had a melanated Hitler. They say there was a melanated Hitler. All that it's a lot of stuff. Even the royalty, like how like all that different stuff going on in Africa with the rulers and the presidents and all that stuff, and it's a whole genre of information speaking about how those rulers are those. Or let's say, okay, the African presidents, kings, and all the different stuff are really European, or not, are really people are royalty from Europe. Okay, they'll put it in the mainstream history. Let's say Italy was fighting Ethiopia in wars, but Italy
Yeah.
is Ethiopia. The emperor of Ethiopia is also, that's all the same. And
Mm,
you see what I'm saying? So like
yeah.
they if you get stuck on a certain level with it, they're gonna be able to get a lot of stuff over top of your head. It's just the truth. But that's really, you never really know. Really, well, you do, you can get to the bottom of stuff, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. I mean, You convincing people that is true, or convincing people that is important, or that is important enough to get into it. That's a whole nother thing. But I
Well,
mean,
I would always say, man, hey, conversation is conversation, man. The only person you need to convince is yourself. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
trying to convince somebody else, you know, that's a uh, worthless battle to pursue.
right. But but if you try to get people to like, if you like, say what we doing, like we like talking about certain things, and maybe some people might listen to what we talking about, and then uh, you know, it may activate something inside of them to pursue. But guess what? If we talking about coming together and changing things collectively, it's going to take for people who's going to have to, they're going to have to get informed, and they're going to have to care about it, and they're going to have to be
Yeah, man.
convinced of it. Because a lot of people, they functioning off mainstream.
Yeah.
If you function off mainstream, then you might as well go ahead and tuck them in. They sleep. Tuck
Yeah,
them in the
yeah.
bed.
They
Just tuck
sleep.
them in, like, you know what I mean. So and then a lot, like you said, a lot of them people, they don't want to hear it, so I let them sleep. I used to get frustrated about a lot of stuff, but
Yeah, for real, man. That's what happened to me. That's why I came to that. Like, it's all about proving the information that I know to myself. It ain't even about proving it to, there's a scripture in the Bible that says, um, dang, it has something to do with like not proving anything to anybody else but unto God, right? And if we are God and our consciousness is God, you're really just proving it to yourself, right?
right.
It's a workman is a damn. I used to have these scriptures in the back of my mind, like quote them like that, but I haven't been using them.
I mean, you
So,
got other
but
stuff.
yeah,
You got other stuff to think about now. Like, I mean, you got now you on a higher level. I'm the same way, but just on the Islamic side. Yeah, yeah. I'm on the same
yeah,
way. It's stuff that I know or I knew that I had memorized verses and whole chapters and all that stuff I had memorized that then went out of my head because I just haven't really been. I haven't reflected on them or recited them or whatever in a long time. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Once I
So,
see it again, I'm gonna remember it. But it's just basically, just prove it to yourself, man. Like we are God. We are the consciousness flows in all of us. We
right,
all have the ability to read these books and obtain the information. It's just, hey, it's up to you to do that if you want to do it. If you don't, that's on you, Maybe it's not your talent, right? It may be somebody else's talent, and you can pick up the slack in somewhere else, in another part of reality to help the help move everybody along.
right. Hold on.
That's just one of those things, man. Like,
Well, I mean, I just shared it to Facebook, but it is, man. And then everybody learn on certain levels because I'm not gonna lie, like where I'm at now is not necessarily where I was last year. And going back a couple years and stuff like that, I was like not really up and down, but it was a time when I was like more into my emotion about it than I am now. I just know that I know now that things don't change through the emotionalism kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Being emotional about
yeah,
what you're trying to change, even with changing yourself, like, or being upset and discouraged about how people treat you and taking it personal and all that different stuff. Because the more you raise up in vibration, for real, if you saying you vibing high, but you still can be around a lot of low vibration stuff, then you ain't vibing high for real.
well, let me ask you a question though. But what if you you are vibrating high and you go in those places and you get one or two people that start, resonating with you and they move up. It may be a process. It's about just,
Oh
because
yeah,
they say Christ was amongst thieves and beggars. He
right.
didn't come to their level. He brought them to his level to a
Yeah.
point where they were following him everywhere.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying, like, a lot of times, a lot of people have negative stuff that they indulged in, or whatever the case may be. That's what I mean. Like, if you going, well, you ain't. My thing is, you're not gonna vibe high if you still doing certain stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Now, if you go, you can go and try to. You can reach back and try to help people, or and stuff like that, and reach back or just and try to inform people about certain things, or reach back to tell people what it is that helped you along your way, and
Mm,
that's what you're supposed to do. You always supposed to reach back in that way. You know what I mean? But to just be like, okay, you vibing high, but you in the bar.
yeah.
I'm just saying. It ain't going. It ain't because if you stay in the bar long enough, it's gonna bring you. It's gonna bring you down.
But what if you in the bar? What if you in the bar and you're not drinking, but you having high forms of conversation with people?
Hey, how you doing? Grand Rising. Who the invited Awakened Princess? No, no, I'm gonna let her in. I'm gonna let her in.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Oh yeah, let's get more people up in here.
Yeah,
You go to a bar, you might not be drinking, but you in there and you having high level conversation, and the
mhm,
next Monday or whatever, somebody call you saying, "Hey man, that conversation resonated with me." You know, when I was
mhm.
with the Israelites, we used to be in the hood, man, and these guys, man, they used to do all types of stuff, throw stuff at us, spit at us, want to fight, and we would still be back there the next week. They see us, they wave, whatever,
Hello.
but they'd be like, "Peace, peace, peace."
Peace.
How are you?
Doing
I'm
good.
good. I'm good. How about you?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me on. I wasn't expecting that. I just got out the shower.
No, no,
So,
no. You
but thank you
welcome.
for inviting me on. How are you
No,
guys doing today?
you're pretty good. Pretty good. Just having a little talk, a little elevated talk about realities.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
perception of
I was really
reality.
interested in the brother. What's your name? Furious. What's your name?
Yes, ma'am.
He was
Fair is black.
saying something about, but what if you're just in the bar talking to people and having, decent conversations?
Hmm.
I think eventually the energies are going to get to you, brother. Okay, so that's just my opinion. I've been there, I've done that. Okay, and in my older age, I do realize that even though you may not be like the energies that are hanging out in that bar, if you hang around with people long enough, you can start to pick up some of their energy. And you got to be careful about where you expose, depending on where you are in your walk, in your spiritual growth, or whatever. You got to
Yeah.
watch who you're putting yourself around, or those, trust me, energies do jump. So do spirits. Okay?
Yep. That's true.
So you got
That
to be
is true.
So,
really careful
I,
about who
so,
you allow around you.
so what
That's
I would
that's
say to that is like, what about what I'll say to that is like, that's where self reflection comes in. That's where meditation comes in.
Absolutely.
And you're not gonna spend all your time in those places,
I
but
agree.
you would definitely take your time to meditate and look at your daily activities and what you've said, what you didn't say, and how you feel in those different places. Like I'll give you an example, man. Like at work, I'm around a lot of people, but there's this one guy, like I just get high anxiety. At first I
Mm-hmm.
thought it was me. I'm like, am I anxious when but I'm like, I'm not. I'm cool. Like I'm
Yeah.
always it, but I was like, I realized once I go around him, it's his anxiety that raises and it's vibrating so heavily, like I'm feeling it. And I
right.
ask people around, like, do you feel like this around this person?
Yes.
So it's one of those things. It's about self accountability and just paying attention to your levels.
I
I wouldn't
agree.
say be there all the time, but
Right.
do that.
I mean, I agree. I mean, to each his own. Wherever people decide to hang out, that's what I don't judge people. I don't do that because, like I said, I've been there, I've done that, so I know what. everybody's not on the same path, and some people, they're just starting out on their path, or in their just learning about what they need to stay away from. So like I said, depending on where you are in your spiritual growth or in your journey, some people are really susceptible to other people's energies. And
Right.
like you feeling that guy who's anxious and probably got ADHD, PTSD, and some more shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
That's probably what you're feeling. And
Mhm.
that's why I choose to, stay in certain places or be off on my own a lot of the time, because I know that me, myself, I'm a Pisces. And we are very, very in tune, and we can feel people's energy. And people don't realize how much we can feel their energy. And I just choose not to partake in certain areas, events, or whatever, because I'm all about protecting my energy. My energy is important for the work that I do.
Right. No,
That's it.
I agree. And it all, like you said, it all depends on, where you at in your journey. A
Yeah.
lot of stuff that I probably would have did more so at a certain time in my journey. Let's say 5 years ago,
Hmm.
6 years ago, 7 years ago. It was much more. I would take more chances than I will now because I done got tore down so many different times by it, just mixing in the wrong way. It take a
Yes.
lot to get your energy back. So my reach back is not like it was 5 years ago. It was just not, and if I
To
do,
be
and if
That's
I
to be
reach
clear,
back, I try to do a lot of stuff from a distance.
and
you know,
to
yeah,
be clear,
sometimes
I
that's
don't
what
hang
works
out
the best.
in those
Yeah.
places.
What you say? I'm
To
sorry,
be
Mhm.
clear,
brother.
I don't hang out. No, it's good. It's good. To be clear, I don't hang out in those places. I was just, you know, just arguing the other side because some people will say that,
Yeah.
they feel like they can be in those places,
Right.
but me, if I was to go to those places, I'd rather go with like-minded individuals, and we
Right.
create our own energy field, and
Right.
and that's how it got to be. Like I
Yes.
always use Christ because he didn't go nowhere by himself. He was with mainly 12 disciples, but he was with other people as well.
Yeah, there
But
was
they only
always a
talk
lot
about
of
the
people
12.
in his energy, people trying to touch him,
Right.
and people trying, and he could
Right.
feel that. And that is so true when you know that someone is pulling on your energy, and that
Hmm.
they're an energy vampire. Like there are so many of them out
Hmm.
there,
Mhm.
and they need your energy because they don't have what you got, and they want what you got.
Hmm.
However that may be, and you really gotta watch it. But I like that whole. Yeah, I didn't expect that you were saying that you are a person that goes to bars and stuff. Like I said, I don't judge. I don't care. Um, I
Mm,
just feel like creating your own space. If you do go out with your friends, I live in Baltimore City, Maryland, and if you do
mm,
go out with your friends, creating that energy force where if anyone sees you, they know, oh, they're not those. They're just out here having a good time. You know what I mean?
mm.
Like people
Yeah.
will just
Good.
know you by the way that you enter your energy. People can feel your energy before you say anything, before you know what I mean? They may not act
Yeah.
like they
Yeah.
do, but they do, especially if your
They
energy
may
is
not know what
high.
it is.
Mhm. Mhm.
But
They may not
that's
know
like,
what it is.
but energy don't lie. Like if your energy feels strong enough, truthfully, for real, a lot of these uh vampire like people, they're not even gonna try to approach you until they're gonna come up with a plan before they just approach
Oh,
you anyway.
that is so true.
Yeah, they ain't gonna just approach you. They gonna see you coming, and they gonna feel you coming, and they gonna be like, they gonna think about it. But then you got ones that are very skilled in approaching people.
Oh yeah.
So you just always gotta be be ready for that.
Yeah. I
You know
mean,
what I
using
mean?
your intuition and your discernment that you supposed to be growing daily is very important in your spiritual walk, because there are
That's right.
people who will try you even if they know that you are intuitive and you have good discernment. They will still think, oh, she ain't gonna know or he ain't gonna know. I'm gonna still try to pull a fast one on them, because that's
Right.
just how devious people are, you
That's
know?
true. That's true. That is true. Hey, hey, plus if people, if you go. if you've been through some stuff, if you really on the rise and you've been rising for some time, then you've been through some ins and outs.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
those ins and outs are what prepare you each time, like for the next scale, the next tier of it. You
I
know,
so agree with that. That is
you're
so
not
very true.
you're never safe, really.
Mm.
Especially, you know, and then
But
some of
that's the
us.
you are though. You are because the reason why you go through those experiences is so that you can learn what it looks like when it starts to approach you. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like
Well,
Yeah.
you go through experiencing different people, the way that they act, and it may come at you looking different, but the spirit is still the same spirit, and you'll be like, oh, yeah, no, I remember this energy. I'm out of
Yeah.
here. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Right.
why I say you are safe because
yeah, I didn't
God
mean that.
got you, Spirit got you.
That was a bad terminology. That might have just used some
Ah,
terminology. Yeah, that may not have been the best terminology to use for it because we are safe. Because you know, people
yes,
who walk with God and you know Allah, Most High, whatever, however you want to describe Him. You
yes,
know, when you walk like that, you're safe. But I mean,
I
you're not
agree.
safe from individuals trying certain things, and then
That's
people.
very true, though. You'll never be safe from that. Like people are always going to do that. Like,
Right.
like I said, people
Yeah.
are gonna think, oh, they think they're so this, and they think that they have good intuition and da da da. Da. And you do. You can read people. You might
Mhm.
not tell people that you're reading them, but you get it, and then you're like, okay, well, I know my spot. I need to stay away from this person, or okay, I can dive in. I mean, I
Right.
didn't feel anything from you guys. When I saw y'all talking, like I realized, okay, these are soul family here. We're
Mhm.
we're
Mm.
we're on the same wavelength here. So he invited me, I'm gonna go on in here. So anyway, how are y'all doing tonight?
No, we doing good. We doing better now. We got you in here talking to us. So
Yeah, for
no,
sure.
we doing great. Well, I'm doing great. Definitely, you know, I'm doing good.
Yeah, I'm
So
Good.
doing amazing. Yeah, for
yeah,
Good,
sure.
good,
yeah.
good. It's
Let
nice
me
to
ask y'all a
meet y'all.
question.
This is my first
Yeah,
time
yeah,
coming in here, Father of the Pack. It's my first
Oh, okay.
time.
yeah.
No. But I follow you, so I watch your stuff.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I've been on your lives, you know, because I'm heavy into like, well, I follow a lot of uh, tarot and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I follow your page. I'll be on your lives. I'll be on them.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah,
you.
definitely.
I
I'll be on them.
appreciate you.
Yeah. So,
Okay. Well, thank you. I
mhm,
hope that you find the
yeah.
energy, relevant to whatever you're dealing with whenever I'm on live. I hope that you find it resonates with you.
No. You dialed in a couple times. A couple times, things that you were saying was resonating with
Good, good.
me. Yeah,
Glad.
yeah. So
I'm
I'm glad
glad.
to meet you. Yeah. What's your
I
name
ask y'all
again?
a question,
My name is Stacy.
Stacy. All right. I'm Ethan.
Stacy.
Nice to meet you. What's your name, bruh?
Jamel.
Curious.
Yeah, Jamel.
Jamel. Nice to meet you, Jamel.
Yeah, yeah. Nice to meet you
Absolutely.
too.
It's so nice to meet black men that I don't have to be scared of. And I'm not trying to
Mm.
say that in a bad way, but a lot of our brothers don't like us. And it's so
Mhm.
sad. And then you guys, I get connected with Soul Family, and I'm like, okay, finally, because honestly, I'm 48, okay, and so most of my life I haven't had positive black men in my life. So to see you
Mm.
guys, this is amazing on here talking about philanthropy and inviting me in, and you don't even really know anything about me. I really appreciate that, like
No,
more
you
than
welcome.
y'all know. I
No, you
appreciate that.
welcome. I saw when I saw the name. I said, I know her. Like because I follow you, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna let her in. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well,
So
I
I'm glad
appreciate
that you
that.
noticed my life. Yeah,
Absolutely.
really.
Yeah, when it came up on my FYP, you were on my FYP.
Okay. That's
Okay.
the up top. That's the up top thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For
Okay.
you. The For You
Alright.
page. That's what I
Mm.
usually follow. Even though I have people that I follow, I usually go to the For You page because always find new artists, entertainers, and I have a podcast.
Mhm.
And
Mm.
so I would love to have you on my podcast, Father of the Pack. Okay.
Oh yeah, just
And
let
you
me know.
too. Now, Jamel, I have a podcast, and what we do, it's a different business that I own. I have a nonprofit where
Mm-hmm.
we, everything I do, everything I talk about is about healing, healing trauma, and growing. Okay, from where you were, like growing through what you go through. That's the motto for Blossom and Grow, which is my nonprofit. I have
Mm.
a podcast on there called Social Seeds,
Okay.
and
Social seed.
what I do is I talk to survivors and their families of
Mm-hmm.
domestic violence, sexual assault, and human trafficking. But recently, Spirit has been pushing me out of that comfort zone and getting hooked up with artists and models, actors, singers, poets, all of them, because I do all of those things too, except for dance. I can't dance a lick, okay? Uh,
Okay.
but um, but I would love to have you on my podcast. I'm about to have a young man on there on the 17th. Maybe we can exchange email. I'm gonna put my email in the comments, um,
Okay.
but
Well, you
so
know what?
that you can see my email.
You don't want to send it on the messenger because I don't know because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it because I'm new to going live, so I don't even know how to use all the mechanisms.
I
So
can't. Right. I can't. Right. I can't. I can't send it on the messenger because they got me shadow banned because I talk the truth and they don't like that shit. So
okay,
I have to send it to you in a comment.
okay,
Yeah, I have to send it to you in a comment. They've had me shadow banned since the beginning of this year. Well, like around March is when they started shadow banning me because um well, someone was saying I was spewing hate and doing hate speeches. Uh but if you follow me, you know I don't do that shit.
yeah, no,
Okay?
Yeah.
So
I've been on your
yeah,
lives multiple times.
I've been heavily shadow banned on TikTok. Like I can't even make regular videos. I have to post a
Oh,
picture and then put music to it. They really don't like the fact that I be speaking the truth, and I do, that's because
yeah,
that's what I've been here. That's what I'm here for,
right.
and they
Yeah.
don't like it.
No, that's
They
right.
don't like
That's
it,
right.
and because I do more than just zodiac signs. I'm a teacher. I'm a real teacher, and
Okay,
I know that I've been put here to move people into their spiritual growth, their journey, like really call them out on their shit and make them
right.
look at their self. And they don't
Okay.
like that shit on here.
No,
They
no,
don't like that.
that's right. No, no, no. You're right. You right about that because a lot of times when people carry, individuals that carry the light, you don't have to do much to set a person on their course. Like a lot of times you come into contact with somebody that's on something that's right, it's going to affect them.
Hey, the
You know what I
Chad.
mean? So, yeah. So I
How
know.
you doing, the Chad?
I know how it goes. Oh, that's one of your followers jumped on.
Yes, the
Okay,
Chad be
okay.
coming
All
in
right.
all the time.
That's what's up.
Real big supporter. Um, he knows how I am. And I think he likes it. I think he enjoys the fact that I'm just gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say out my mouth. But TikTok don't like that shit. They do not like that at
Well,
all.
you know what? I noticed one thing when I started the certain videos. A lot of my videos be because I'm actually a boxing coach, actually. So, but I'm like a controversial figure because I come from a religious family. Islam, my kid, everything. So, like, by me started talking about different stuff, flat Earth, you name it, Moors, and all that kind of stuff, Aboriginal type stuff. I'm like this big time deviant in my circle, right? But when I started making videos and putting stuff out, I started noticing how hard it take a long time to get the videos to upload. And just
Hmm.
a lot of different little small things. I'll be like, why is this happening? Now. But then I say, I know why it's happening. They messing with me, and I
Mm.
gotta go on the other phone, another device, and try to do it like
That's
I don't know.
exactly. Yep. That's
But
what
that's
Hey,
it
but
what
I
is.
will say that TikTok does give us a better chance than the rest of the other social medias, man. Like you can't barely even build Instagram or your Twitter, talking about this type of stuff.
Yeah,
mine. It's
yeah.
like
I'm.
they got my Instagram is stuck. Like I can't get more than like seven. I got like 75. I can't. It won't let me follow more than 7,500. I got like four. I got like 4,000 followers, but it's like been stuck on the same spot for a long time. Like they don't let it move. It just stay. It will move up a little bit and then it'll come back down. So it's staying the
Mm.
same.
Yeah, my Instagram is not either one for my podcast, for my Awakened Empress business, or for my personal page, which I also started the Healing Hope is
Hmm.
clothing. Well, it's a spiritual clothing line, but it's not um just for spiritual people. It is for healing and hope for everyone. Like heal means honor everything about life, and
Mm.
hope
Mm.
is
That's
hold
good.
on,
That's good.
pain ends. So spirit gave me that. So I opened up. It's just accessories and it's clothes for the spiritual community that wants to connect. You see someone wearing healing hope, you're gonna know. Oh, like they're down.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So spirit has been working with me on creating different ways to reach the spiritual community from what I'm doing, and I would love for y'all to be a part of that. Jamel,
Yeah, yeah,
Ethan,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Ethan.
And Ethan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that name too.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. But I
Yeah.
love it that you're a boxing coach. Let me just tell you, I've been wanting to get into boxing since I was in
Oh
my
yeah.
30s. Okay.
Wow.
Now, don't tell me I'm too old to get into it. And where are you
No, I'm
located?
not
Because
gonna
I
tell
would love for you to
you.
teach
I'm
me.
actually. I'm in Philadelphia. I live in Philly. So I'm really. Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm really right up the street from.
I'm originally from Reading.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got family in Reading. Yep.
Yeah, I grew
Yeah.
up in Reading. I was born there. I was there until I was 14, and then I moved to DC,
Okay. Yeah.
and
Reading
now
is
I'm in Baltimore.
Reading different though. Reading is different than it was.
Oh, I heard. I haven't been
Yeah.
back in a
It's
long
wild.
time.
Yeah. It's a little more action and stuff like that going on up there.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, yeah, it's not as a lot of those places like Norristown, because I lived in Norristown too, but besides Philly, but that's back in the '80s when I was still a kid. But
Yeah.
a lot of those little towns like Allentown and all of those towns is a little more,
Crazy.
little more action going on. Yeah,
Where are you
yeah.
at, Jamel? Where are you located?
I'm in Florida,
Oh,
Orlando.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay, nice. Okay. How's the
Yeah.
weather down there right now? Because I'm about tired of it here.
yeah. It's good.
It's
I
cold.
mean, what is it, like 70 degrees?
Wow.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That would be so nice. Okay.
It's like
Baltimore
30.
City.
It's like
Oh,
30 degrees. It's like 30 degrees here. No, it's
I don't
cold.
know
Yeah,
what
Well,
it
maybe
yeah.
is
not today.
right
No,
now,
today
but I
was
tell
nice.
you, it's already dark. It's been dark since like 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock. I'm like, I'm
Same
not
here.
happy about it. Okay.
Yeah, it's the same here. Yeah.
I'm not happy about it. It's just crazy. I don't know. Like the clock went back an hour, but we lost like 4 hours of daylight. I'm like, okay, what
Mhm.
y'all fucking with? Like, what are y'all really fucking
It
with?
Mm.
is
You
getting
know,
dark late. It be getting dark like around. It seemed like a little bit after 4.
it
Like
is.
right at the right at the 4 o'clock, 4:15, whatever, 4:20. It'll be like dark, getting dark,
It's
like
why I
dark.
said it's just crazy. It's crazy, and you know that it's the government fucking with shit because
Hmm.
how else does we go from just the clocks fall back 1 hour to us losing like 3 4 hours of daylight? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
No, I
So
don't.
I don't get it
What do you
because
think is harder
it
or
was
what?
staying light till like 8 o'clock at night until we lost that hour, and I'm
But
like, okay,
but people like look like check it out on like they've been controlling the weather for a long time.
oh yes, oh
It's
yes.
just that more people are conscious of it going on right now.
Absolutely.
Because some of the stuff that we be talking about, like even if you study those old maps of the world, and you'll see like how what Antarctica used to look like back in the 1500s on the map, right? And
Hmm.
it's not frozen, but then you might run across some information talking about this different things and using and basically about 200 years ago they froze it. It got froze up or whatever. So they got weapons of
Oh yeah, they got a whole lot of
mass.
they've been
Yeah,
using against
that
us for
stuff been
years.
around. Yeah, it been around, so it's just more people just are conscious of it.
I hope
You
that
know
you
what I
got my
mean?
email. Did you see my email in the
Uh,
live in the chat? It's
I can't.
Stacey Linnell 14 at Gmail. Because I really want to have you guys on my podcast
I,
separately, not together.
maybe if you say it, I'm gonna just uh
Okay. It's Stacey.
hold on 1 second.
Okay.
All right, ST.
Acey.
Uh
Lyn. N as in
huh.
Nancy.
Okay.
ELLE.
ELLE at
14 at
oh,
Gmail.
14
At Gmail.
at Gmail.
Yeah. If you have the name spelled right, you'll get the right person.
Okay. Well, I'm emailing you right now. I just emailed
Okay, I'll
you.
take a look at it.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
um.
got you down too.
Well,
I
thank you
just
so
saved it on my
much. I
phone.
followed you both.
Oh, okay. I
Let me
appreciate it. I
let me
appreciate it.
subscribe to you on here because I absolutely would love to make sure we stay in contact. I love the fact that you do the boxing. I've been trying to find someone to help me get into it, and I really don't feel like I'm too old to get into it. I want to. Hey, I've always seen
Follow.
Layla Ali. Okay, doing her
That's
thing.
well, no, I mean it's a lot of training. It's really a lifestyle. You have if you want to fight people, you gotta you gotta
No,
live.
I
You
just
gotta
want to
live
do
like
the
a fighter.
training.
Oh well, yeah,
I
but
just
you
want
could
to
do the
do the
training for life.
training.
Yeah, you could do the training
Yep.
for life.
I
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
that's all I want to do because it's your mind, your body, and your spirit. It's not just your body. You know, people think it's just your body. No, you got to train. That's like taking karate because karate's
Mm.
about the mind, body, and the spirit too. You know,
That's right. Well, boxing is a martial
it's
art.
not. Yes.
Yeah, boxing is
So
a
I've
martial
been wanting
art.
to. Pretty cool. Pretty
That's some.
cool. I appreciate y'all very
No, you're
much.
Yeah.
welcome. You welcome. I appreciate you. So
I'm gonna get
I
off
just
of
wanted
here. I hope that y'all have a good rest of your evening.
no,
I
you
might
likewise,
too.
be popping
likewise.
back up on TikTok to do another reading. I'll talk to y'all later.
All
All
right,
right.
peace. It was
Peace,
good
Bye.
peace.
meeting you. All right, take
You
care.
too.
I don't know how this works. I don't know. She probably gonna have to hang up. Yeah,
I think she did.
yeah.
Man, yeah, man. You know.
No, that was dope. That was dope because I
Yeah.
follow her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, I really follow her. That's crazy because like I follow a few tarot people, like people that that read tarot.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So I know a lot of. That's
Yeah,
another thing.
she was lively. She was lively. I
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. She brought the energy. Yeah, she brought the energy. I ain't gonna lie. I was a little high. I was hyped too because I follow her and I be on her
Yeah.
show. So I was like, damn, like okay, that's what's up.
But
But
that's what I said, man. TikTok actually allows us to gives us the best opportunity of growing. You know,
right.
Instagram, Facebook, they already got what they were looking for. Now you got to pay to be on those things. TikTok
Mhm.
trying to take over, so you know, it,
No,
let
I
other
ain't gonna
people
lie.
see.
I told my homeboy Fi. I told him because he was supposed to jump on, but he just really got on TikTok. But I was telling him, I said, look, man, TikTok. I like TikTok better than Instagram. You know,
Mm,
I just do. And I spent years. I've been on TikTok since Instagram since it started. I've been on Facebook since like '07.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
But
had
they
you.
don't give you they're not giving you the information like they once was, you know? Like you used to be able to see different Israelite Moorish brothers on your Explorer page. Now you only see chicks and all type of stuff. It's like this ain't what I'm looking for.
Yeah, but it's all about which door you choose to go through. It's like multiple doors, like because if you
Yeah.
yeah you got the butts, you got the I don't know the violence, you got the rap music. Well, there's nothing wrong with rapping and hip hop. I'm just saying like, but sometimes it'd be like negative
Yeah,
stuff.
negative rap. Yeah.
Yeah, but you could just really choose. You could just choose what you want to get into. But I just did with me. I just chose. To me, I always was before I really got on. Like I've been on it for years, like studying for myself. But I just recently started like talking and stuff. But
Mm,
it my posts. If you go back. anything past January, I really was on. You only see boxing posts. You only gonna see boxing stuff. That's really what you gonna. You ain't gonna. You ain't gonna it's just boxing.
We trying to be like a trainer and all that, like trying to like get people into like heavy, like the professionals, or
No, I am,
you just
bro.
like
No, I am a trainer.
no, I
I'm a
meant like
fighter. Yeah.
I meant to like get people into the professionals, into the
Yeah. No,
big leagues type.
yeah, I've trained professionals. One of my kids is a pro fighter, but he been retired for the last few years. One of my kids, my son, well, he's my next to my oldest. My oldest son is 35 years old,
Oh, okay.
and then
Yeah,
the one under him is 30. The one that's the fighter, he's 33. So yeah, he's 7-1 as a pro. Yeah, I've
oh,
been to
that's what's up.
Olympic trials 3 times, all that stuff. Like, yeah, I've been around. I took one of my kids. He's number 1 in the nation. My other son was number 5. My nephew, I got him up to number 5 in the nation. Yeah, USA boxing. It ain't no like
Right.
I got a little resume. Yeah,
Oh, that's what's up, man. I mean, I
yeah,
never asked. I never asked, so I was like,
yeah.
let me
No, I got
see.
a real resume. You can go on I got resumes. I got even my 3 sons. I got 3 sons that I had boxing, and
Mm,
all of them was good. All of them been ranked. You know what I'm saying?
nice.
All of them been ranked. So it ain't like that video on my pen on my front of my page. That pen, that's my son Muhammad. Yeah,
Mm.
and Solly and my
On
other son
Instagram?
Hassan. Well, I got him pinned on my Instagram. He pinned, but on this page, I got both
Oh,
my sons. I got the two younger ones. The two younger
mm.
ones is pinned up. Is you'll
Oh,
see
okay.
one got on red, the other one got on blue.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
so
that.
yeah, they're my kids.
Oh, I just thought it was people you was training.
No, they're my kids, they're my sons. I mean, I
Okay.
trained a lot of people, but I'm just saying, I definitely you know, I always had a lot. There was always a lot of stuff going on with I'm actually a good trainer, and I'm not to say that, but I teach. Everybody who I done work with, they got skills. But meaning when what I mean when the Most High created start pushing you a certain way, he give you difficulties. You know what I mean? Not saying I'm away from boxing or I want to be away from boxing. I'm just saying like I knew it was time for me to invest more energy into what we talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as for boxing, I got training and boxing and all that stuff, man. I do that stuff with my hands tied behind my back. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
mean, I do it. I ain't gonna lie. Like, if you follow, did you follow I got my boxing page, How to Build a
Yeah,
Philly
I did.
Fighter.
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
follow that. Yeah.
yeah, I be in the gym. I be in the gym every day. That's really my job.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's my job for real. Like, listen. I'm 51 years old. So I mean,
Mm.
a lot of stuff. I've been religious. I've been married. I was married for 12 years. I've been divorced about 7. I've been divorced longer than 7 years, about 8 years. But I done lived a life. I really just boxing. I enjoy it. It makes me happy being involved with it and teaching. That's my form of teaching. This what we doing now. It just really this is. I'm doing what I want to do in my life.
Mm.
I ain't chasing women no more, or worrying about money like that. So I'm happy to do this right here. What we doing?
Right.
You
Wow,
know what I'm
that's
saying?
dope. That's dope, man. Yeah, I do manufacturing lasers, man.
Oh, word!
Yeah. They
Wow!
manufacturing company, they do lasers for big companies, man. So that's what I'm in the shipping department though. We crate them, box them, ship them to all over the world. You
Right,
know.
right. No, that's
So
what's up. Yeah, that's what's up, man. No, man, yeah, you're a good guy, man. I was paying attention. I told you I was paying attention to you, man, for a long time, man. You know what I mean?
mm,
Plus, even what the sister was saying, me, I'm a highly sensitive person. Like, like I don't really mess with people like that for real, for real. Like I
mm,
just don't. I really gotta observe you for a while, even on this social media. I gotta
right.
see, I gotta see what you're talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because people
Mhm.
be weird, people be on weird time, or you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, I don't be on that crap, man. Even a lot of these women be on weird time too. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
fact.
we just want some weird stuff. I ain't with that. Cause the truth is, I got a respectable background, man. You know, with Islam and living and walking a certain way. So I
Yeah,
can't, I'm not one of them people that's just gonna be out like that, out in the
yeah,
open. I ain't saying I ain't never done no type of, you know,
right, right. You live
yeah,
life. I
you
get
know what
it.
I'm saying? Like, yeah, like
Yeah,
I ain't saying it like that, but I never looked at I never really got into that on social media, and it's just, I don't be. I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I live a respectable life, man. I ain't in a bunch of bull crap, man.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
man.
that's I think that's one of the things that is hard too, man. Trying to get people to realize self, man, realize where they're at mentally, and get them to just reflect. You know, all the like me, I'm not with the whole Yahweh or Allah. I call it the ever present. And I say, yo, it just be aware of yourself and what you're doing, how you're looking at the world. Like whatever I'm saying, take it with a grain of salt. Find it for
Right.
yourself. I'm gonna give you the books. I'm gonna speak about the books, but I can't. What you eat don't make me shit. What I eat don't make you shit. You know what I mean? So
Right.
just get out there and learn
But
it for yourself.
but that's the only way you're gonna retain it if you care enough about it to what I mean to go out and research certain things because I could tell you the world flat all I want.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
don't do what you got, if you don't do what you gotta do to you know what I'm saying, to find some proof and some evidence for that stuff, then you ain't never really gonna know what you ain't gonna understand it. You know what I mean?
right,
It's
right.
all that other stuff, man. People be you can't just be told stuff because even when I was hardcore religious about
Mm,
everything, I still have same core beliefs.
yeah.
I live a certain way. I pray 5 times a day. You know what I mean? Certain things that I still do because that's who I am. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And then you'll have people, Moors or whoever, come say, yeah, and all that. Listen, man, I know who I am. You ain't got, you know what I'm saying? I don't follow
Yeah.
nobody anyway. But,
Right.
you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't, you know what I'm saying? So you can say all you want. Like, you have Moors, yeah, yeah, wow. Listen, everything real for real, for real. Like, I come to the realization, even like we used to have problems with people talking about 5% stuff and Moors. This is when I was like, what I mean? But guess what? Anything we created is real. So like, if I want to pray this way, and come on, man. I ain't worshiping. I'm worshiping the one God. Come on, man. Don't worry about.
But that's your form of affirmation, man. Keeping you on track, keeping you
Yeah.
online. You know what I mean? Everybody has their way of doing it, and I think that's where religion came from. Like they took our way of practicing our discipline, and took it into making it to a religion where everybody has to practice those ways.
But the systems these systems. A lot of these systems were created for the people that we ruled over that didn't have a culture, that didn't have a language, that didn't have they didn't have no religion or no well or no way no set way of following a thing. I mean a way.
Right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? This is why we had to teach them how to bathe and all this different stuff. So really, these systems were created for the people who had no systems. Now, I'm not
Mm.
saying that all of these things is not good for us to be practicing. But what I'm saying is this stuff being put in the book form and all this different stuff it really was for groups of people that didn't have nothing. They didn't have nothing. And that's why you think you let somebody in your house that don't got the right heart. And then you tell them, go ahead, my refrigerator, get what you want, do what you want to do. Before you know this person that ain't right in the heart, man, before you know it, they trying to kick you out your house. They trying to rule and run your house, trying to take everything you got. And that's what happened.
Yeah, yeah. It
So,
happens all over. It's happening all over the world, man. Like, and that's another thing when we are talking about perception of reality. It's like, man, when I'm talking to these people, and I'm like, they're like, everybody gets into wars and takes land. I'm like, man, when I started studying, I'm like, I don't really see that. You know what I mean? Like most wars wasn't about taking
Well,
land and stuff like that.
but uh, I mean, even what they then reconstructed history on us. So
Mm,
like a lot of stuff that a lot of people mad about conflicts that really didn't never even really happen. But that's something hard for people to believe, because, especially if they don't know nothing but mainstream information. A
yeah.
lot of this stuff, even certain forms of Christianity, certain forms of Islam. If you go back 150 years, that's just 150 years. That which what they doing was not even being wasn't didn't even exist back then. A lot of
Mm,
stuff that people doing now is post. Let's say for our country, the Civil War, but let's say post 1870, post 1900, post World War One. Like this is where all these systems and stuff came up, and they made up stuff about it, and they wrote themselves into history. But
yeah,
people just think that these people who they think is in charge, that's not really in charge. Because for real, for the people that's in charge, look just like me and you.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, but guess what? That's so far beyond. You say, man, people listen, because it ain't based on that. The people
yeah,
that
yeah.
run the world is look like me and you. I mean,
Right, right.
the people that's like you, and what I'm saying, the people that you think, the people that is doing wrong, like because if you people, a lot of people imagine in their mind that everybody back in the day that was melanated was benevolent, and if you
Mm,
believe that, you still on dumb time.
yeah, yeah,
That's just
yeah,
like now, if you believe that everybody that look like me and you is on some benevolent stuff.
yeah. I mean, you just look around, you can see that that's not true today. So why would it be true in the past?
Exactly. Exactly. So if this dude down here then joined the Freemasons or whoever, or I'm just saying that name just to put, well, he joined the group so he can get a job, and he give an oath to not never say the truth and all this different stuff. But guess what? The next 3-4 generations of his family, he doing that so his next generations of his family all have homes and be able to inherit and all this different stuff. You think that the people back then, like listen, and even if you get into the whole reincarnation thing, the same people that's going against the truth, fighting against the truth, not accepting the truth and going against, what I mean, the people that's rebelling against the so-called authority. These the same people that was doing, they the same souls, the same entities that existed 200, 300, 400 years ago, going against everybody.
So you believe in regeneration, reincarnation?
I mean, everything else do.
Yeah,
Everything else
yeah,
do. Squirrels,
yeah.
trees, tomatoes.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you know what I mean? Why wouldn't we? And science already said that we like the plants. It's the
Mm.
same. And you got I'm not strong on like it, but it's verses, not necessarily in the Holy Quran, the mainstream Quran, but it's some verses. I gotta dig deep in my memory and in
Yeah,
my records and
The
stuff.
Bible talks about that, the
Yeah, it's in the Bible.
regeneration,
Yeah,
huh?
it's in the Bible. Yeah, it's in the
Yeah,
Bible.
and it's in the Hindu religions as well. So
Yeah,
that's
Egyptian.
how, just like you, I take everything from everywhere and say there's no way they both talking about the same thing, even they talking about different gods. There's no way.
Right. But and then even you gotta understand. Well, you got different. Okay. Even when you're talking about like entities with names, well, you can say, well, you can call an entity, let's say, an angel, right? Okay. And let's say in our genre, I'm gonna just say genre of information. Let's say the Bible or the mainstream Holy Quran. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Boom. May speak about angels. Okay, but then you might go into out another culture that talks about angels, that talks about the prophets, you know what I mean, and all the different stuff. They just being called different names
Mm,
because it's the same story. The Mayans and the Aztecs. is the same. Is the same, the Bible story. All that stuff you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And all it's all the same. It's just they just using different names for
So
everybody.
that's what I
And
look. That's how I look at it. Like, uh, when you look at the book of Enki, not the book of Enoch, he's talking about the 200 angels. When you're looking at the Lost Book of Enki, he's talking about it from the God's perspective of when they fell, what was going on between them when they fell, and then you looking at Enoch, he's like a human going amongst them with no understanding of their situation, and then you
right.
have the Bible and the Quran talking about these ancient people that were doing these things in the Earth Age. That's how I look at it as well.
Hey, well, you know, okay, like a lot of times, like I'm gonna be, you know, being so I have my family and friend circle are Islamic Muslim people, right?
Hmm.
And let's say I know one time me and one of my brothers, you know what I mean, I grew up with, he's a Muslim too. We made a video, but he was saying it's like he was saying peace to the gods and the earths and all that, right? So of course, and me and him, we got Muslim family and all that stuff. Even his dad, mom, everybody. You know what I mean? They,
Hmm.
yeah, oh man, them niggas on there talking about peace to the gods and the earth, right? So one of my dumb little brothers, right? One of my young boys, he gonna come to me talking about, man, bro, all on the joint, man, talking about gods and earths. I said, well, okay, well, what's the problem with that? He said, man, y'all tripping. I said, first of all, hey, man, the mainstream Islam. Hey, we got 99 names of Allah, right? Attributes, descriptions. We describe Allah with 99 names and attributes, right? And Allah never described himself as a God. Or
Hmm.
God is not one of the attributes or the descriptions of Allah. So, like, for a man to refer to himself as a God, that's just something I was saying to him. But it was just to shut that particular thing down. But the God, the Most High Creator, is higher than that. This is what makes. That's why even in the Bible, when Jesus said, "Ye are gods,"
Hmm.
in the Bible,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
David as
It's a
well.
verse.
Yeah.
It's a verse. Yeah, when Jesus said, "Ye are gods," so
Yeah.
people be so far away from knowing anything. They just trying to refute stuff and don't know stuff. But I mean,
All
I'm
right.
just saying that's what I went through with that. But yeah, man.
Yeah, like when you read one of the like in the book of Enoch and you read it what happened to them and God gave the punishment, and I think that the punishment is actually in the Plato writings. It
Mhm.
was that they were going to be encased in the flesh. They were celestial beings now
Right.
being encased in the flesh of terrestrial beings. You know, it's like, what was the war in heaven that Christ was talking about? Now the war is done. What war was that he was talking about? Between who? It was between the angels and God. He was like, y'all have been redeemed. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that Christ was saying that in the New Testament that you're like, if you really study, you're like, well, what is he talking about? Why are they looking for a kingdom? Why are they looking to be restored? You know, where'd that promise come from? Some people would
Uh,
say it came from when they were in rulership in Israel at the time. It's like I don't know about that.
all the information is mixed up and for to confuse you. Well, not you. You know what I'm saying, but to confuse us. And
Mm.
even with the okay, if you write it into the Bible that something happened, okay, something happened to change the language of the people so that the people wouldn't be able to understand each other no more, right?
Mm.
All this different stuff, man. I'm just saying, and you gotta understand, you got if you got a people that's technologically sound enough to build the think in their mind that they can build a building all the way to the sky, I mean to the dome, basically, to the
Yeah,
firmament and all that, right?
yeah,
The people from the past was highly advanced. The people from the past had weapons that they could use frequency to just make you forget something,
yeah.
make you angry, or make you like, just happy and stuff like that, because all that stuff is based on like frequency and vibrations and different stuff. I ain't no I don't know a lot about it, but that's why I know a lot of times when us as people that just be studying and be looking and listening and stuff, right? We be like, we'll be on the tip like, you ever been real deep into something and really be thinking something, and then all of a sudden, man, the thought will just get away from you, or you'll just, or you won't write it down like you should, and
Mm-hmm.
then like later on that day you be like, damn, what the hell was I thinking about? I think that's a part of it.
Mm.
Keep making, constantly making, like when we gain something, they make us forget it, and they got a 5G tower now everywhere.
Everywhere. That thing's crazy.
You think ain't nothing going on with that? Like, you know what I mean? That stuff, and they saying that those, and even those the waves coming off of those uh machines is supposed to be bad for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They say there's good ways and bad ways. I'm like, I don't know, man. We're so encapsulated in these microwave waves. It's crazy.
Yeah, but
It's crazy.
it ain't just the microwave. These, they say these are devices. That's why they say you're supposed to turn all your devices off at night. And if you ain't getting enough, like, like, I ain't gonna lie, I got some too. I got some kelp vitamins with the natural iodine and all that.
Okay.
It's supposed to help with uh you know fighting off certain kinds of effects that you can get from having, a lot of electrical devices in your
Yeah,
area.
maybe poisoning and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so I mean, you know, I'm just saying, I mean, we on point. It's a little bit at a time, man. Yeah, ain't nobody,
Yeah,
you know, if even if from a mainstream religious perspective, or even from a different perspective than that, like, you know what I mean. They say we be living multiple lives and going through, having to experience things, and really your soul is learning, and that your higher self made contracts for things to go good or to go bad, or to go good for this amount of time, and then it be bad, and then you go back, all this different stuff, and we've been being tested all the time when our higher self is looking right at us. But guess what? Imagine if you go religion with your higher self is the most high Allah, right?
mm,
And he
yeah,
me
yeah.
too, right? That's
Right,
why
right.
back in the day, yeah, and they used to say the Mayans in their culture, they would meet each other and they would say, I am you and you are me. You
Mm,
see what I'm saying? You see how it all comes. So why would that's a major thing for me to say I'm you and you me. But guess
yeah.
what? If it's all coming from the, from
Source.
way, yeah. So it's deep. It all connects one way or the other. Well, it all connects.
Yeah, yeah.
It all connects, man. So,
Mm.
you know what I mean? I don't know, man. We had a good one today, man. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Appreciate the sister
Yeah.
coming in too, man.
Right. Yeah, that was dope. That
Dropping
was dope.
something.
That was dope.
You gonna? I'm gonna try to get on her pod, see what she talk about.
Yeah.
Email her.
I know. I'm definitely, definitely going. I'm interested in that. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, that was good. I think that's definitely. I don't know. That was a nice little push to what we was talking about. Cause
Right,
and another thing,
right.
I want to speak on one thing. Like, when I was, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I think I said about this on one of my videos too. I said, really, when I was ultra religion, I didn't listen to women, but I
What you
listened to
mean?
women, meaning like on certain. It's like, okay, a lot of spiritual stuff in truth, in reality, it, you're gonna have to get it from a woman, in reference to like even how you balance it. This is when you get into the whole energy thing, like a person,
Mm,
managing female and male energy and all that kind. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
everybody having both inside themselves. There's a lot of stuff, but I'm just saying, at that time, I didn't. Back in the day when I was younger, I wasn't. I used to. Well, I was programmed to be that way.
Yeah.
But now that I evolved into something and somebody different, I know that really, shoot, that- you know what I mean? It would not- on the spiritual aspect of things, and I've been guided
It's
by
too
women,
much masculine energy, basically.
right? But see,
You got to be able to balance it out.
now when getting into the books and all the different stuff, I got it from, I still get it and got it from men, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, seriously. But I'm talking
No, for
about
real.
the spiritual stuff, like in the high, the high spiritual stuff. I really even got it from women in this chapter
Mm,
in my life,
mm.
which is it's not strange, but it's strange compared to the way I used to be.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah. But all right, man. I got that's a good one, man. Maybe we link back up tomorrow and do another one or something.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah,
man. For sure. No, I got some stuff for tomorrow, man. We'll probably do it Monday.
that's
You know what
cool.
I mean? Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool. All right,
All
man.
right,
Get you some rest, man. Enjoy the rest of your night. It's still early, man. It's only
yo.
6:30 over
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about to go eat, man. All
Yeah, I
right.
need to do something too. All right, bro. Peace, man.
All right.
I'll
Peace,
talk to
peace.
you. All right.
Yes, sir.